Poland and South Korea have been cooperating on defense matters, well, for quite some years now. And here at the International Defense Industry Exhibition in Kielce, South Korea is very much visible. And here to join us today is General Eui-Seong Lee, Senior Vice President of Hyundai Rotem. Welcome.
Good afternoon. Nice to meet you.
So your company has signed a big contract just a few years ago for K2 tanks to Poland. So what can you tell me about this contract? How many tanks have already been delivered to Poland?
Okay, we signed the framework contract in 2022, which is composed of 1,000 K2 main battle tanks. And for the first executive contract, which is the real contract, we signed for 180. Now we are delivering, and then remaining K2, we need to sign the executive contract additionally.
So the first 180, which are still being delivered, are called gap filler. Why that name?
Because, as you know, Polish military, they have operated Leopard and the T-series main battle tanks. After the Russo-Ukraine war broke out, Poland provided many old MBTs to Ukraine. So they need to fill the gap. That's why they call it gap filler. Yes.
A clever name then. What can you tell me, however, about the K2 tank in general? How does it differ from other tanks sold by armaments companies across the world, for instance, such as that Poland has? For instance, how is it different from the Abrams or Leopard 2 tank?
We, the Hyundai Rotem members, we are proud of K2 main battle tank, which is Korean indigenous one. And as it was developed about 10 years ago, which is relatively a new version. So we think K2 is the real digital system main battle tank. Other major MBTs, they did some modification and the original base was not digital. But K2 is digital. And another big difference is due to the operational condition in Korea. Korea is a mountainous country with many obstacles. So the requirement by the Army was to make a lighter main battle tank with greater mobility. So K2 is about 10 tons lighter than Abrams or Leopard, and it has same power, 1,500 horsepower, which means K2 is much more agile.
Do you think it can prove itself on Polish lands then?
Actually, we have proven the performance of K2. We participated in the main battle tank project in Norway 2 years ago, and we competed with the Leopard 2A7. And the mobility of K2 was proven excellent. And since we provided K2 to Polish military, the Polish soldiers who operate K2, they are pretty much satisfied with the K2's mobility, firepower, and also digital systems.
Going back to the gap filler, the 180 that Poland bought, that's a gap filler. The second contract that is still expected will be called the K2PL.
Yes.
How is that different than the ones that you've already delivered in
Okay.
parts?
The K2 gap filler is actually the same version with K2 being operated by Korean Army. Only some modification with the radio system and the battle management system. Otherwise, all the Korean components. But K2PL, we are going to cooperate with the Polish industry, and we will apply the Polish components produced by Polish companies. So it will be different, and also taking into account of the lessons from the Russo-Ukraine war, we are going to enhance the survivability greatly. We are going to adopt the newest systems, such as hard kill active protection system, and the remote control weapon system, and the anti-drone system. They will increase the protection and survivability. Yes.
That was actually something I was going to ask, if they're better protected against drones, because we've seen in the
Yes.
Russo-Ukrainian war that
Yes.
drones are a big challenge to tanks. Is that
Yes,
true?
you're right.
Well, moving on. So Poland signed a contract not only for tanks, but also for maintenance and training.
Yes.
So what part of that will be carried out in Poland, or whether all of it will be carried out in South Korea?
The basic concept of K2PL cooperation is to establish the capability in Poland, the capability of Polish industry to produce and maintain. So for this, Hyundai Rotem will support the Polish industry, PGZ Group, to establish the production line, and we are going to transfer the key main battle tank technologies and also MRO technologies. So it will be co-work, and the end state shall be that Polish industry will have the capability to produce and maintain K2 by themselves.
And the question I wanted to ask you the most about the contract that is currently being negotiated. We were expecting a big contract for at least 180 K2PL tanks to be signed here at the MSPO exhibition in Kielce, but nothing has happened so far. Why hasn't it, and when can we expect a deal to be signed?
Okay, actually in last June, the MOD Minister of Korea came to Warsaw, and he met Prime Minister Kosiniak-Kamysz, and strongly suggested to sign the second executive contract during MSPO.
Okay.
And Mr. Prime Minister accepted, but we understand it's a little bit hurry, and this is a big-scale project, an important project, and we understand that there are many factors to consider, and it takes time. So we also hope to sign the contract as soon as possible, so that we can provide the K2 to the Polish military faster, and we can establish the production capability of Polish industry faster. But it takes time, and we are on the negotiation now, and we will work hard to sign the contract as soon as possible, which we hope to be within several weeks.
Several weeks, okay. But is it taking longer than shorter because of the modifications that Poland needs?
Actually, it depends. We can take more components and take more time, or we can take some of the components and save time. So we are now negotiating with the Armament Agency and PGZ Group for this, and the decision will be made soon.
And what about shipments to other countries of this region? Is Hyundai Rotem hoping to sell K2 tanks to other countries in Central Eastern Europe, or has it already?
Not yet.
But are you hoping to?
Sure. We hope that Poland will become our strategic partner, and we can produce K2 MBTs together in Poland, and then export, and also provide the MRO service. That's what we hope, and we expect there will be European countries who will decide to get K2PL from Poland.
Sounds like a very good deal for
Yes.
Korea and for Poland as well. Well, General Eui-Seong Lee, Senior Vice President of Hyundai Rotem, thank you very much for joining us here on TVP World.
That's my honor. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much. And this was General Eui-Seong Lee at the International Defense Industry Exhibition taking place in Kielce, central Poland. See you soon.
Thank you.